Welcome to Three Men and a Movie. War for the Planet of the Apes.
Hi!
Raul is enjoying his free poster.
Very excited.
Yeah! Dude, free, well, not free. How much did you say our free poster was?
$25.
25 bucks.
So
$25
poster.
3 movies
Yeah.
with the free poster.
Triple feature. We got to erase our butt crack and everything from sitting that long, and I think it was worth it. Alright?
I dug it.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm excited. Plus, it's like fucking late. I want to get to bed.
Yeah, watch too many monsters.
All right, gentlemen. Let's start off with a rating. How about that? Byron, we missed you last week, so you're going to go first.
After seeing all three all together, like I think it was 8+ are on the board because you can see the story of Caesar the Ape all the way through to the end. So, you know, like instead of having the gaps between movies, seeing all three makes you appreciate the journey that he went through. So definitely pay for it. If you could see the feature, I think it'll give you more perspective on everything at one time instead of throughout, you know, the years of the trilogy went. So if you can do one of the things that we went to as far as like a true feature, you should do it. Should do it.
3-course meal.
I turned to these guys after the first 2 movies and I was like, if these were shitty movies, this would be terrible right now.
Yeah.
But since the first 2 were so great, it was like I was excited to see the third one, even though we'd already been there like 5 or plus hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the third one was just phenomenal. We saw it in 4D. I think
it was.
I don't know. I felt the seat moving, unless that was Raul.
It was us.
Yeah, it was us.
But when they were doing it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you feel that in your seat, or was that just
No, it was you.
We were
me?
going ape shit for a little bit. I think that's what it was.
But the 3D was great. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You could tell it was shot in 3D, which just made the 3D that much more dynamic. And yeah, definitely pay for it.
Okay, and I said pay for it too. We paid 25 bucks for it. Maybe that might be a little too much for you if you've already seen the first 2 movies. Then you could go straight in for the third one and it'd be just fine.
Yeah.
The great thing about this movie was that right at the beginning, it kind of gave us like a little summary of part 1, little summary of part 2, and then okay, here's what's going to happen in part 3. So for someone who it's been a while since they watched the first 2, they could go right in and the little summary will help.
Yeah, so a little prologue.
I'm going to put my poster down, nice and gently. Alright, so I think I said it already, but I'll say it again. Pay for it.
He's been shopping online for frames.
Yeah. The little monkey.
His free poster is getting more expensive.
Yeah, really. Like trying to find a banana frame, but whatever. What Hans was talking about, the 3D thing, it felt really good, real 3D, but I will say, and there's always got to be a but, it's not necessary. It looked really good. So if you enjoy 3D, by all means. But I don't think it was necessarily that essential to what the film was actually about. Because the whole CGI thing was great and all the special effects and all that stuff was great. But I didn't feel like it was that much of a visual movie. It was more dramatic than anything.
Well, because we sat it through all 3 movies, so we kind of were already immersed in the story. So
Yeah.
Like effects aside, we were so immersed in the story, we were just seeing like what's gonna happen next. So
Yeah.
and then you're kind of biased with 3D anyway, so
That's true. My glasses thing. I didn't want to talk about it, but you just took it there,
you
Byron.
brought it up.
Yeah. Since you guys' vision is great. So, what'd you think in terms of the positives of the movie? The stuff that really paid off?
Positives, it's obviously the dynamic interaction between ape and man, and you go from feeling for the apes to feeling for the humans to feeling for the apes. Maybe more leaning towards the apes because you're understanding why they're so angry because man is evil.
Fuck humans.
We're evil.
And then they discover that all apes are not not equal as well. Like in the second one, they had a little back and forth, and then it kind of went over to a different perspective when some of these were betraying their own just to go on the winning side and stuff.
Yeah.
So like they were seeing the same problems that what they saw in humans at first. So I was kind of cool seeing that at the beginning of the series, and then in the middle, them going into their little back and forth, and then they're kind of like almost the same as humans at the end of the third one.
Yeah, for those people who have not seen the original films from the 70s and the 80s and all of that, there's the definite overarching irony of the film itself. The way that the apes become more human and the humans become more regressing and beast-like. And so, you know, we can see ourselves reflected in some of the characters, and we could also see that human dynamic within the ape, like Byron was talking about. So yeah, it's great to watch, and like I was talking about the drama of it. There was one moment, I won't say the moment exactly, but one moment where I got kind of sentimental, teary-eyed.
I heard you sniffling.
I looked around. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, because you know it was deep stuff. It was deep emotional stuff. So that's what you should be expecting for this movie, gentlemen. Anything negative, anything bad, just to balance it out.
For me, not too much, because like all the visual effects was good. I like to give big ups to Andy Serkis. Pretty much, he does pretty much all the 8 units in the motion capture. Yeah. He does King Kong. He does Smeagol in Lord of the Rings. Yeah. He's really like the man when it comes to like motion and everything like that. So that's really good work.
Yeah, we could see him like coming through the actual the CGI stuff. You could see the emotion of the actor behind it and almost get lost a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you stop seeing ape and you see more of just character, right? And I love that part of it.
It's not a negative because I can't. I'm like racking my brain trying to think of something I didn't enjoy after sitting in the theater for 7.5 hours. I was pleasantly thrilled through the whole experience.
Yeah.
And I think if you could give an overarching theme for the trilogy itself, is like nature wins.
Yeah.
Like the humans may have thought through their experimentation they were winning, but they really weren't.
Yeah.
And then, you know, at times the apes may have thought they were winning, but overall it was just nature was winning regardless of how the battle was going.
Yeah, nature just gave a backhand to both of them. Pretty much.
Yeah, and I have nothing negative to say either, just to add into it. Whatever 8 hours of ape movie was way better than 2.5 of the last Transformers we saw. that's the honest truth. So, you know,
can you imagine seeing 3 Transformers movies back to back?
No.
We'd be crying right now. A different kind of crying.
Yeah. So, guys, that's all I've got because I don't want to ruin anything about this movie.
No.
And if you're going to go see the triple feature, you're going to love it just like you guys mentioned. And if you want to
although if you've seen some of the original ape movies, this is a prequel to those, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of spoilers per se.
Yeah. It's just that
I mean, it's setting up for the original series of the ape movies.
In
the older movies, though, they never really quite gave us all the explanation of where it comes from and how it happened.
And wasn't there like astronauts? I know one of them, they went to like a different time.
Yeah, well, the very next one in the line of
movies, the Mark Wahlberg?
That's the Mark Wahlberg remake of the original one where...
wasn't that great?
Yeah, that one wasn't that good. The one, the original with Charlton Heston, that one was the one about, you know, you damn dirty apes, that one. That one was... I was like, oh man, are they going to say it? But no, he says it later.
Well, they say it in one of the earlier movies.
Did they?
They say it in the first one.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, the guy that plays Malfoy in Harry Potter, he says it in a different way, but he still says "Dad, dirty."
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gentlemen, I think we should close this episode by doing the ape symbol, you know, of unity. You guys remember what it was?
Is that this?
This one right there. So
is it lower?
Lower, yeah, so they can see our face.
That seemed like at the end of this.
Yeah, at the end we're like real, like yeah. This has been an episode of 3 Men
and a Movie.